Our first video of the transformations chapter is reflections. Transformation is moving a object like a point or a triangle around the coordinate plane using various different techniques. The first technique we're going to call is a reflection. And as you see in this picture I have up here, reflection is often called like a flip. And we always have to know what we're reflecting over, called the line of reflection. Because if we do not have the line of reflection, then we have no idea how to flip our object. So how we're going to do this is each point in its image are the same distance. And I'm going to do plenty of examples so you know exactly what I'm talking about from the line of reflection. For example, here in this picture, look at B and its distance across the line of reflection. This new B should be the same distance. And that works for C and A. So our possible lines of reflection, or easiest lines of reflection, are the X and Y axis. Vertical or horizontal lines in the form of, we can say maybe X equals 1 or Y equals -4. I'll give you examples of that. And also diagonal lines are the Y equals X line, similar to a linear equation, and the Y equals -X line. All right, so here I'm going to show you just reflecting a point. So we have what we call a pre-image is our original point. This is called a pre-image. And the new image is this called image. So we have a pre-image and an image. Okay, first off, what we're going to do is plot 2, 5. So I have over 2. Remember, first letter is over, left or right. Second number is up and down. So right 2, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is our pre-image. I'm going to zoom in here so I can do a little better. Okay, our pre-image A. We're going to reflect across the x-axis. Okay, our x-axis is that one that goes straight across through the middle of the origin. And all we have to do to reflect across the x-axis is identify how far away. So it's 5 spots away. So then to create the image, I just go an additional same direction, same distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is our new image. And we put a little hyphen, I guess that's called, beside it. So there it is. That's how you do a point over the x-axis. Okay, so our pre-image is 1, 3. 1, 3. Here's our pre-image. We're going to reflect it across the y-axis. Now the y-axis goes straight up and down. Okay, and it's just 1 away. So I'm going to go just 1 away on the other side and do our new B. Hope it's pretty simple. Okay, so how do you identify the y equals 1 line? Okay, so I go to the y-axis and I'm going to hit +1 and cross it. There is your y equals 1. So this would be your y equals -2 line. This would be y equals negative, what is that, 6 or 7 line. So this is your, every y line goes straight across with a slope of 0. So there's your y equals 1. I'm going to plot my point -2, -3. There's my pre-image, C. And since this is 1, 2, 3, 4 away, I'm going to go in the same direction, up 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my new image with that little dash there. There it is. That's how we do it. Okay, x equals the -3 line. So every x equals line goes straight up and down. So let me go ahead and make that. So obviously, I hope you know that's not the x equals -3 line. So if this is the origin, I have to go 3 away from that. So there's my x equals -3. What would x equals 2 look like? I would be in the +2. Every x equals line goes straight up and down. So here is our x equals -3. All right, so I'm going to go from the origin up 1 over 2. There is our pre-image. So it looks like I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So then I go 1, 2, 3, 4 away in the same direction, which is our image. And I put a little dash beside it, a little hyphen. All right, so let's look at some vertical lines. I'm sorry, not vertical lines, but diagonals. The y equals -x line, okay, goes straight through the origin at a diagonal. Okay, while I'm on it, let's look at what the y equals x line looks like. Straight up at a diagonal through the origin. There's your differences between those lines. Now watch how I do distance from here. This is going to be a little different. So 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is right here. That's my E. Now when I do distance from, I'm actually going to do diagonals now. So this is at a diagonal of 1, 2, 3.5 diagonals. So now I'm going to do half, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. And now I have my new image. Okay, one more time with the y equals x. Over 1, up 3 from the origin. Here's my pre-image. This isn't too far away. This is just one full diagonal block away. So I'm going to go one full diagonal block away across our line of reflection. And there is my image. I hope that's not too bad. I can do it one more time, and then I'll move on. So here's my y equals -x line. Start at the origin, plot your point, -2, -3. Here's my pre-image. I'm going to get in here and do diagonals now. 1, 2.5 diagonals. Half, 1.5, 2.5 diagonals across. And then there is my new G. All right, so how do we do this with objects? We do the same exact idea, but now we have, so we're going to plot the original and then plot the new. So real quick, let me put in my line of reflection as the x-axis. I'm going to do my pre-image in green, so -4, 2. There's my A. 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my B. And then C is 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. And you should make a triangle with this. Now I'll reflect each point across and make my new image and plot my new points. So C is right there, just one away. So that's going to be 5, -1. You do not have to go in order. A is 2 away, so I go down across my x-axis 2, and that's -1, 2, 3, 4, -2. And then B, which is 4, 7. So now it's going to be 4, -7, down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there is my image for -7. All right. And then there is my new triangle. One more time. Y equals x-axis, which is our positive diagonal. All right. Plot the original in green, -5, -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. There's my A, or X. All right. So as you can tell, if I go ahead and reflect it now, I'm going to go 1.5 diagonal, so my new X is down here. I went ahead and did it. So that's -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5. I guess I can just do it point by point, no big deal. I'll do my Y in blue, -3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.5, half, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. There's my new Y. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, -3. And then my last point in red, which will be Z, -1, 1. And that's a full diagonal. There's my Z over here. So that's 1, -1. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and draw my triangles. And I'm finished with reflections. So when we do reflections, it's might be easiest to do reflections on the actual coordinate plane. It is pretty challenging to do it by hand without coordinate planes. But if you're doing it over the x-axis and y-axis, I think you can probably do it pretty easily without a coordinate plane. Because I mean, if you look up here at letter A, you have 3 or 2, 5, and then if it's across the x-axis, it says 2, -5. So you might be able to do it okay, use it without a coordinate plane on x-axis and y-axis. But I would not recommend any other reflection without a coordinate plane.